Hi everyone, welcome to IMS Set Law. I am Tushar Joshi. I welcome you all to a wonderful session on ratio and proportions for CLAT 2025. It is a very important topic for quantitative techniques section in CLAT. It has almost 30 to 40% of the weightage in CLAT. So please do not miss this video and watch the video till the end to understand all the concepts in this topic. So let's look at the different types of questions that could be asked in ratio and proportions. Let's look at first question. 720 marbles are distributed among Aditi, Bhavna, Charu and Deepa in the ratio of 3:5:2:8. What is the difference between the number of marbles given to Bhavna and Deepa? So if you look at this question, 720 marbles are distributed among 4 persons. I'll name them as A, B, C and D. The ratio in which they are distributed is 3:5:2:8. So if this is the ratio of distribution, we can consider that number of marbles with A as 3x, number of marbles with B as 5x, C 2x, D 8x. So the total number of marbles is equal to 720. This total comes out to be 18x. 18x equal to 720. So x equal to 40. We want difference between D and B. So difference between D and B, 8x minus 5x is 3x. X is equal to 40. So 3x equal to 120. So the correct answer is 120. Is there any shorter method to solve this question? Yes, definitely there is a shorter method to solve this question. Take a look at this method. Total 720 marbles are to be distributed and they are divided in 18 parts. 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 8, 18 parts. So one part is equivalent to 720 divided by 18, that is 40. One part is equivalent to 40. So we want directly the difference between 8 and 5. That is, we want 3 parts. Value of 3 parts is the difference between the number of marbles distributed in Bhavna and Deepa. So difference in D and B, 8 minus 5, 3 parts. So 720 divided by 18 is 40. 40 into 3 is 120. This is how we can get this answer very quickly. So the correct answer is option C. Let's look at the next question. Two numbers are in the ratio of 7:8. If 7 is subtracted from each number, the ratio becomes 6:7. What is the smaller number? So we can take two numbers as 7x and 8x. When 7 is subtracted from them, the new numbers become 7x minus 7 and 8x minus 7. And the new ratio is equal to 6:7. Ratio means division. When we take two numbers, ratio simply means division. Now we can just cross multiply. 7 into 7, 49x minus 7 into 7, 49. 6 into 8x is equal to 48x minus 6 into 7 is 42. So we get 49x minus 48x is x. 49 minus 42 is 7. X is equal to 7. Smaller number we have taken as 7x. So 7x is our smaller number. 7 into 7 is 49. So the answer is 49. Let's look at the shortcut method to solve this. 7 parts and 8 parts are the two numbers. 6 parts and 7 parts are the numbers after subtracting 7. So subtraction of one part in the ratio, 7 minus 1 is 6, 8 minus 1 is 7. So one part is equivalent to 7. One part is equivalent to 7. So the smaller number is 7 parts. If one part is equivalent to 7, 7 parts is equivalent to 7 into 7, that is 49. So the correct answer is 49. This is how we can use the method of parts in different questions of ratios. Let's look at next question. The daily wages earned by Ajit and Ben are in the ratio of 5:6. If each of them gets a hike of rupees 100 per day, then their wages will be in the ratio of 7:8. Find Ajit's initial daily wages. So Ajit and Ben, we can take their daily wages as number of parts 5 and 6, and after an increment of 100 rupees, the new parts are 7 and 8. So increase of 2 parts is equivalent to increase of rupees 100. So 1 part is equivalent to 100 divided by 2, that is 50. And we want to find out Ajit's initial wages. Ajit's initial wages is 5 parts. So we want answer to be 5 parts. 1 part is 50. So 5 parts is equal to 5 into 50. That is 250 rupees will be the wages of Ajit. So the correct answer is option D. Let's look at next question. The ratio of salaries of Abhay and Bala is 5:6. If each of them is given an increment of rupees 3000, the ratio becomes 13:15. What was the salary of Abhay before the increment? Now if we see Abhay and Bala, initial ratio is 5:6. Both are getting an increment of rupees 3000. New parts is given as 13 and 15. Now one thing you need to check here, if increment is same, the increase in number of parts should also be same. But in some questions, it won't be given like that straightforward. So 5 and 6 can be converted to 5 into 2, 10, 6 into 2, 12. So we can take these parts as 10 and 12 also. Now if you see, the increase in number of parts is equal. 10 to 13 means plus 3, 12 to 15 means plus 3. So 3 parts are equivalent to increase of 3000 rupees. So 1 part is equivalent to 1000 rupees. We want salary of Abhay before the increment, which is equal to, we have taken it as 10 parts now. Don't take 5 parts. We have changed that value. So 10 parts is equivalent to 10,000 rupees. So the initial salary of Abhay will be equal to rupees 10,000. So correct answer for this question will be option A. Let's look at next question and learn a new concept in this question, that is combining ratios. A certain number of marbles are distributed among A, B and C. For every 10 marbles that A gets, B gets 6 marbles, and for every 4 marbles that A gets, C gets 3 marbles. If a total of 141 marbles are distributed, find the number of marbles that B gets. So if you look at here, for every 10 marbles that A gets, B gets 6 marbles, and for every 4 marbles that A gets, C gets 3 marbles. So in this type of question, we have to combine this ratio so that A, B and C, we can take the combined ratio to calculate the parts in which the number of marbles is distributed to A, B and C. Total marbles are 141. So to calculate this, we will first check which is the common element. Common element is A in both the ratios. A is to B and A is to C. So common ratio is A. Common element is A. 10 and 4. We'll take the LCM of 10 and 4. LCM of 10 and 4 is 20. So 10 becomes 20. If 10 becomes 20, it means this has to be multiplied by 2. So 6 will also be multiplied by 2. 6 into 2 becomes 12. 4 to 20 means multiplied by 5. So 3 will also be multiplied by 5. So 3 into 5 becomes 15. So the number of parts in which 141 marbles are distributed to A, B and C are 20 parts, 12 parts, 15 parts. So total number of parts becomes 20 plus 12, 32, 32 plus 15, 47. So 141 divided by 47 is value of one part. Now we just need to check how many parts we need to calculate. We just want to calculate the number of marbles with B, which is equal to 12 parts. So just multiply this with 12. 141 divided by 47 is 3. 3 into 12 is equal to 36. So the number of marbles with B is equal to 36. The correct answer is option D. Now we will see a set based question, caselet based question, which are actually asked in CLAT. In CLAT, you will have a passage given to you. Some numerical data will be given in that, and using the different concepts of ratio, you have to answer 5 to 6 questions that are asked on the passage. So here we have a passage of 5 questions. First, let's read the passage, try to gather some information from it and try to solve the required ratio and try to combine the given ratios and use it for solving these 5 questions. Let's read what is the data given. There are 6 persons A, B, C, D, E and F. The ratio of ages of A and B is 1:3. A is to B is 1:3. Ratio of ages of B and C is 5:2. Ratio of ages of C and D is 2:5. Ratio of ages of D and E is 3:4. And ratio of ages of E and F is 6:7. Now we have to combine these ratios so that we can get the number of parts to distribute or to identify the respective ratio of these 6 persons with each other. So if I combine first two, A:2, B:2, C, the common element is B and the values are 3 and 5. So LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. So 3 into 5 is 15. So 1 into 5 is 5. For second ratio B:2C, 5 into 3 is 15. So 2 into 3 will become 6. Now we can combine these two ratios, A:2B:2C along with C:2D. If I combine that, I get A:2B:2C:2D. The common element is C. Values of C are 6 and 2. LCM of these two values is 6. So values of A and B will not change because value of C is 6. But 2 is converted to 6, means 2 into 3 is 6. So 5 into 3 is 15. Now we can again combine these two ratios, A, B, C, D along with B and D. So we will get A:2, B:2, C:2, D:2, E equivalent to, now the common element is D, values are 15 and 3. LCM is 15, so values of ABC will not change. 5, 15, 6 and 15. E will be multiplied by 5 because 3 into 5 is 15. So 4 into 5 will become 20. And lastly, when we combine ABCDE with E and F, common element is E. So final ratio of ABCDEF common element is E, 20 and 6. LCM is 60. 20 into 3 is 60. So 5 into 3, 15. 15 into 3, 45. 6 into 3, 18, 15 into 3, 45, and 6 converted to 60 means multiplied by 10. So 7 into 10 is 70. So the final ratio of ages of A, B, C, D, E, F is 15 is to 45 is to 18 is to 45 is to 60 is to 70. So what we can do here, we can assume their ages as 15x, 45x, 18x, the actual ages, 45x, 60x and 70x for ease of calculation. So we can take their ages as 15x years, 45x years, 18x, 45x, 60x, 70x in years. So using these values, we can easily answer all the questions based on this passage. So this passage is also based on the concept of combining ratios. So two important questions in ratios are using the method of parts, and second important concept is combining the ratios. Both are very important from CLAT 2025 perspective. Let's look at the questions based on this passage. If the age of F is 70 years, then what is the age of B? We have already calculated the ratio. Age of F is 70 years. So value of 70, or we have assumed it as 70x is equal to 70. So x is equal to 1. Age of B is 45x. So 45 into 1 is 45 years. So the correct answer for this question is option A. Next question. If the age of D is 90 years, then what is the age of A? We have the ratio age of D 45x is equal to 90 years. So x is equal to 2. Age of A is equal to 15x. So 15 into 2 is 30 years. Age of A will be 30 years. So the correct answer is option C. Next question. If the age of C is 18 years, then what is the difference between the ages of A and E? We have the ratio. Age of C is 18 years. So 18x equal to 18. X is equal to 1. Difference between A and E. 15x and 60x. Difference is 45x. X is equal to 1. So the required difference is 45 years. The correct answer is option C. Next question. If the age of A and D together is 120 years, what is the age of C? A and D together 15x plus 45x. So total of A plus D is 60x, which is equal to 120. So x is equal to 2. What is the age of C? Age of C is 18x. So 18 into 2 is 36 years. Age of C is 36 years. Option C is the right answer. Next question. What is the ratio of age of B to that of D? Ratio of B to D. B 45x, D 45x. So what is their ratio? 45 is to 45 means 1 is to 1. So the correct answer is option B. So we have learned the concepts of parts, how to use the concept of parts in the questions of ratios. We have learned how to combine the given ratios. These two are very, very important concepts for CLAT. Please revise these questions, understand it properly, and using these questions you can easily solve the questions based on the ratio and proportions. Thank you everyone. Please keep attending all the sessions that we are posting on YouTube and learn from them. Thank you.